Hi, this is Mel from Bangle Whisper. I hope all of you are doing awesome. Today we're going to talk about a ghost story. Now, this story name is Taxi. Now, Rahu was a taxi driver, and Rahu wake up in the morning, and first thing in the morning, he woke up, and then he would be very happy to go to his taxi and then put his seat belt on and clean up his taxi before that and do prayers for the taxi, and then Rahu would set himself off on the road for the day. Now, this was his profession, but he loved his profession. So, by the time he put his seat belt on, he is like ready for the day. And every passenger he picked up, he had a special interest in them since he loved his job. This was not a job just like many people, they just do the job to earn money and they don't love it. But even though this was a taxi driver and he loved his job, he was happy with it, and he would greet all his customers very nicely, and then he will take them to their destination, and while they're going he will keep looking at them to have a chance to talk to them, to get to know them. And he really paid great attention to his job and to his customers, and this was like his daily life. And his family was far away back home, so he did his job, and then he came to his place and he slept at night, and morning he started, and every day he would just look so forward to greeting new customers and then talking with them and learning so much from them and getting to know them. And he also had many taxi driver friends, and there was Deepak and there was Swami, so all these were his friend, and he would just talk to them sometimes through the window, say hi, sometimes just get down, drink a cup of tea with them. So his life was really, really good. And he never thought of this taxi driving is not a desirable job or anything. He was like very happy with his life, with his job. And job was going great. And whatever he earned, he gave it to his family back home to raise his children. His mom was raising his children. He didn't have a wife. For some reason, due to some disease, he passed away. So he came to this country, and he was working as a taxi driver, and some customers were his regular customer. He'll see them daily, and he had great conversation with them, and he will just ask them about how their day were, how they're doing, and this gave him great pleasure. And this was his just regular life. At night time he would just chit chat with his children over the phone, and he just had a very simple life, and every day was new things to learn from customers and talking to them, getting to know them and say where they're going, when they'll see. And customers were really nice too. They knew him, that this is the taxi driver. They wanted to take their um, route where they went to work. And sometimes he met new people too, and those new people also became his friend. And this was just amazing taxi driver. Nobody ever had problem with Raul, and his passengers actually love talking to him about their problems or the job they're going to. and what is going on. And it's just an amazing guy who loved his job and loved picking up his customer. And he had few customers like very fixed. They went every day with him, and he would pick them up and drop them off, and no problem. His life was going good until one day, and that was the day when he picked up a customer. This wasn't a regular. So from that day his life changed, and the story is actually about that day when he picked up a customer. Now this all different kind of customers he picked. Some were very regular, and some would be just be calling him to go to specific place and he would pick up. And sometimes he also worked for a hotel where he picked up the customers from the airport and then dropped them to the hotel, or picked them up from the hotel and drop them to their destination if they were going somewhere, or to the airport. So he has just few places that he went, and then he will chit chat with his taxi driver buddies, and they would be like really talking about what happened throughout the day, where they went, if they had a good customer, if they had a bad day with the bad customer. So this was the time to get rid of their stress, and they did that. And Raku had a lot of friends because he was very friendly. Not only he was friendly with his clients, but he was very friendly with his taxi driver group, his friends, his colleagues. And they would just pick up some food somewhere, and then they will sit in a taxi stand and just have a chat with each other about their life, about their family. And Raku really loved his job. He never had any issue with anybody. He just picked them up, dropped them to their destination, and in the process he talked with them about their life and what's going on in his life. It was just, life was very simple, very easygoing for Raku, and never had any worries or anything. And he worked at the hotel too, where he picked up people. So in the hotel, his managers and everybody liked him so much. And one day, as he was giving his rounds, he was talking to his friend and said that today was this easy day. He just went and picked up people from airport and dropped them at the hotel. And the friends also were talking how what kind of day they had. And it was just a quiet day till the night time came. Nighttime, Raku was just going from the airport to the hotel because that's where he had to report all the time. So it was taking customer back and forth. And that time, there was a lady who came out the airport, and Raku was supposed to take her to the hotel. Now Raku didn't notice anything unusual or anything. He just picked her up from the airport, and she sat in the back. And then what he did usually, like whenever he picked up a customer, he said hi, and after he will look at them through the mirror, and they say if they're not busy, then he'll say something or talk. But if they were busy, he just didn't bother them. And some people did spend most of their time on their cell phone and not talk or anything. And some people did talk. So Raku watched this lady. She wasn't talking, and then he went to say something, and he looked at her through the mirror, And as he saw her face changing from one to another, he was so scared, and he was so scared that he literally passed out on the taxi, and the taxi horn was going beep beep beep, and he passed out on top of it. And the taxi came to a stop. It was total stop. And then when he woke up, the lady wasn't there. But then he woke up and he somehow managed to drive back to the hotel and report to the manager. And that was his worst night of driving taxi. I hope you like the story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share.